I love democracy. I love the Republic.
The main thing is to protect these characters, make sure that they still continue to live in the way that you created them, and that the universe of Star Wars continues to grow.
So this appeared on Paramount Plus as a special new thing for South Park, where basically South Park skewers in this Deadline in Hollywood headline Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy. But she's not the only one that gets skewered, but let's talk about it. So what happens is Cartman is having nightmares that there are Disney executives hiding under his bed, to the point where he goes to his mom, please check under my bed to make sure Kathleen Kennedy isn't hiding under it, isn't there. And his mom's like, Kathleen Kennedy is not hiding under your bed. All right. What they're doing is they're talking about people, like in the Fandom Menace, the black pills we all know, who hate everything Disney's done. Now, they are also criticizing the fact that Disney seems to be to make the same movie over and over and over again, which is lame. Okay, but they're also calling out Disney for putting diversity and diverse characters into places they don't belong. So what happens is Cartman gets sucked up into a multiverse called the Panderverse. He ends up in a multiverse where all of his friends are minority women who are gay, and he is too. And the woman he's replacing, named Eric Cartman, is in Cartman's universe. And Bob Iger and his executives want to get their version of Kathleen Kennedy back because she got sucked up into the universe too. And at the end of the day, at the end of the show, we find out that she grabbed what was called the Pander Stone, which is kind of a comment on the Infinity Stones, and started to use it because she was getting so much bad mail from angry fans. And of course, Cartman, who is a stand-in for black pills in the Fandom Menace, he, admitted I sent maybe 12,000 letters to you dropping the C word. So they have a conversation. He says he's sorry. She says she's sorry. I really don't think that kind of is the way Kennedy would be. And the reason why is because she's not apologetic for any of the shit she's put out there at all. She doesn't, look, when you have someone who's a big deal in Hollywood tell people around she doesn't know anything about Star Wars, she really doesn't. Okay, she's completely stupid. This is as big a comment, though, on the way Disney's handled all of their franchises to date. Okay, so there's a scene where the version of Kathleen Kennedy that runs around screaming, I want a diverse woman who's gay in this, make it happen, shows up on the set of live action Bambi and starts screaming about it there. And the director's like, well, it's a baby deer. And she's like, I don't give a shit, make him whatever. That's the version of Kennedy I think the fans have, and I think rightly so that she deserved it. The fact that she, the one in so-called the other universe where she's reacting badly to fans' reactions to The Force Awakens, to The Last Jedi, etc. She did that. I mean, she's done that. But it was never her, and she admits in the South Park episode, she was being lazy. Okay? And it's like, well, fine, but if you knew you were being lazy, why didn't you do anything about it? And I don't think they let her get off the hook easy, but they also go after Iger for not doing his job. And there's a scene where, as Disney stocks go down, he's being sucked down into a void too with it. What they should add is the gaping maw of Nelson Peltz there.
I can't believe this. You're actually kicking me out?
Do you want me to draw you a picture?
We'd be here all night.
Get out! Off you go. Bye-bye. Crooked word. Your tongue could open a wine bottle.
Never had an agent. It's not like she worships the devil.
Well, she doesn't have to. He worships her.
But here she is looking at the mail. Look, here's the deal, and this is the Disney executives are to blame for this. If you look at TFA and what a bad movie it was, and even if they were happy with the money they made, so they didn't make any of the changes the fans demanded. And Kennedy hired Rian Johnson. That's her fault, okay? And let him do whatever he wanted. Bob Iger, not understanding that The Last Jedi is a piece of shit movie, was shocked at the way the fans reacted. But the crumbling was already happening after The Force Awakens. I mean, if you walk out of a theater and people are silent, and it's supposed to be the first movie in a Star Wars trilogy, this is a bad reaction. That is a bad reaction. And I really don't know anybody who went to see that movie that has a different story. Okay, that is pretty much across the board. They did not make any changes, and they doubled down on The Last Jedi. Now, this version of Kennedy, the one that's screaming she wanted diverse gay women and everything, this is the Kathleen Kennedy everybody looks at. This is who we think she is. It doesn't take into account her incompetence, which the version that should be in Cartman's universe is looked at as being incompetent, is looked at as being reactionary rather than professional, okay, which is a weakness for her. Does she believe in all this stuff that this version of her in the multiverse is saying? Yeah, I think she does. I don't see her having any real different views on how everything's done. She didn't tell Rian Johnson, maybe you shouldn't do that with Leia. What is this Leia Poppins thing? Please don't do that to her. Please don't we can't kill off Admiral Akbar like that. Seeing Luke die like that is lame, and the fans are going to kill us. Well, she didn't challenge him and his lazy storytelling, and she was all behind Vice Admiral Gender Studies and Rose Tico, Mao's fourth wife, okay, dressed like Mao's fourth wife, I might add, and then she wonders out loud why we hated it. Bob Iger is shocked by it, and here's what happens is one of his executives say that this is a different Kennedy that we've got. She's changed in the last few months. No, this would be in the last 10 years, okay? I really do think that a lot of the issues that we've had with Star Wars with the Force diversity, Moses Ingram, and then the way the fans reacted, which was, it wasn't that she's black, it's because she can't act, was happily used as a point that all Star Wars fans are racist by Kennedy's own people. Okay, that was a trap they set up, and the fandom menace fell right into it. The fact of the matter is, Moses Ingram is not a good actress. maybe she'll get better later, but she was not the right person for that character. Okay. In fact, if you cut out all of her parts in Kenobi, it's a good show. All right. And I don't even watch her anywhere. But the thing about it is what South Park does is they lampoon everybody. Okay. And they went hard at Iger for allowing lazy storytelling and allowing Kennedy's emotions and reactionary issues to run unchecked. Okay. I mean, and basically they've called her out for being lazy, uninterested in what was going on, and not being able to take criticism. That's all true. But I do think, I disagree with them, that she is the person that insists on all this garbage, this diverse garbage of Admiral Gender Studies. The lesbos in the scene that was cut out at the end of The Rise of Palpatine. Okay? All this garbage that Star Wars doesn't need. And it's, if you've got someone who's a sequel trilogy shell screaming that there's always politics in Star Wars, yeah, there is, but not woke politics. And this is where we're going to get into the fandom menace. Watching the fandom menace melt down over everything from the Book of Boba Fett to Ahsoka is a lesson in watching angry fanboys and girls playing whack-a-mole. Ahsoka has always been sort of femme-centric, but despite what they're saying, Sabine is not a Mary Sue. There isn't anything woke going on in the show. There isn't, and if there was, I'd complain. Is there woke stuff in Kenobi? No, the Phantom Menace thinks Kenobi was woke because Luke didn't go on the adventure with Ben. Who's gonna rally the world to go find the adopted son of a moisture farmer? Okay. Who? Nobody. Okay, that's just not gonna happen. The Book of Boba Fett, it had story issues, but it wasn't woke either. Okay, it's just they're playing whack-a-mole, and they literally try to look for woke in everything, so they have something to bitch about. That's what South Park is doing, is they're saying she was wrong and she should not be there, but you guys are wrong, not being able to tell the difference between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Palpatine and Ahsoka. Okay, now, am I a little annoyed with the overabundance of chickage in Ahsoka? Yeah. I cannot stand Harrison Dula. I hate that character. But is she woke? No, she's just annoying. Okay. We need, if you want diversity, put guys in charge of things too. Okay. All right. Because you'll take away the narrative from the black pills. And Disney's got to do that. And I think Iger knows that. But the problem is, he still has to fix what's going on at Lucasfilm, and it is being fixed. I know it is. But they're going to have to make a public announcement of where Kathleen Kennedy is. All right. It's not enough to have South Park lampoon her and him. Make a definitive statement. Because when you put it out there in a press release, an official press release from the Walt Disney Company that Kathleen Kennedy is on an extended leave and she's in retirement while we look for a new head of Lucasfilm, Jon Favreau will be the creative director in the interim. That's all it's got to say. That's it. All right, that's it. That's all he has to say. And why he's not doing that, I don't know. But I honestly don't think it would hurt Disney's bottom line if they made the announcement. Okay. And maybe they wouldn't be getting as badly lampooned by South Park as they did if they made that announcement. But again, if you haven't seen the Panderverse episode of South Park, you got to see it because it's great. And I just know black pills won't see that they're getting the shit kicked out of them with this too. Not everything is woke. That's bad. And you're wrong about a lot of things. And that's, again, the story behind what they're trying to do. And again, I disagree with them with the way Kennedy said she reacted to the fans. She never liked the fans. Okay? She never liked the fans. And she never understood what she was doing. And that's a fact. Okay? So I disagree with them on that. But it's still a good show, and it makes her look stupid. She's got to be humiliated. It makes Iger look like a buffoon. But at least a buffoon with some integrity. And it makes the Fandom Menace look stupid too. Which is what we want. Steph signing out. See you around the galaxy.